Hey, surprise, surprise on a Tuesday night. Hello, crime fighters. I like that, Sylvia. Hello, Alice and Susan and Jeannie. How are you? Jeannie's in the ads. Remember, 30 seconds, unless it's less than 30 seconds. Hi, Mary. Hi, Denny Benenny's here. Woo! There's Jeannie. How are you? I did get your email. I'm sorry, I forgot to answer you back after you answered me back. Frozen, I got your package today. You guys, I went to the mailbox and I had a couple packages that were about to go back home. But I got them all. Nothing got sent away. Nothing got sent back to anybody. So I got 8 packages today. Didn't get them all today, but I got them today. How is everyone? Kim, I got your package. How are you? So I'll be doing another update. It'll be my 3rd update. I've got lots of squares. You guys, I have stories to tell. I have stories to tell about the yarn to put the squares together. Oh my goodness. What y'all drinking? What y'all working on? Tony, how are you, hun? The former Olympian. I saw that was on. Former Olympian attempted murder trial. Okay. So they're calling it attempted murder. Hmm. I saw that on somewhere because I follow the Law and Crime Network. Y'all, I watched a little bit of what is his name? The Joel Guy Jr. stuff. That guy is beyond creepy. Hey, Racine. Yeah, putting them together is not exactly fun, but I think I'm going to really enjoy it this time. I think if I were to enjoy putting a blanket together, this is going to be the one. Happy you are here. Apple cider. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, yay. Well, Denny's just water. And she's not working on nothing. Okay. You follow the Law and Crime Network? I know. I usually don't follow the chats on those. I don't know why. Hi, Deneen. So today is I should explain this one. Today is a Stitch and Crime roundtable. So I don't have any case that I'm talking about in particular. Nothing is scheduled. This is just, we can just get together and we can talk about all the bits and nods and pieces of things that's going on. We can talk about stuff that's going on right now. We can talk about stuff, that, you guys want to talk about from the past, whatever. Shows, podcasts. Oh, you're making some for Miguel too? Oh, that's cool. A bicolored granny square doing into an Ohio Star. Diet Pepsi and caffeine free. I do not know why I hit buttons over there. Okay. Hi, Delphine. How are you, Deb? Sure. Whatever you want to talk about. Might be something you know about or, oh, that's cool. Oh, they do. Um, Usually when I watch those though, I watch them from my chair and then I have it on the TV. And if I'm like, I do that with Duty Ron sometimes, or anybody, and I'll have my phone on where I can read the chat because I can't always see the chat from my chair. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Lori. Hi. Glad you're here. So as you guys can see, I changed colors again. I did several rows of the blue and white one, or the turquoise and white one. And now I'm on this one, which everybody was wanting me to do. They called it the rainbow one. This is funny though, you guys. Okay, look. Here it's pink on this side. And then if we flip it over, now how's that work exactly? I don't know. Because I'm holding them together. The pink floated to the top. You almost have your PhD on the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing. Oh my God. I haven't even gotten into that one. I have not even, and I love Will Smith. And I'm like, oh, I should go over there and find out what kind of trouble he's getting into. But I'm like, oh, I just haven't. Hello, Rebecca. The little girl that was found in a suitcase a few years ago in California. Oh, I remember something about that, Alice. Something. What was it? Mm. I can't remember the case though. I do remember hearing about that, but I don't remember the case. I don't remember any details. So as everyone knows, or if you don't, um, the Irion case, she was found, and that was Naomi Irion, and that was in Fernley, Nevada, which was very interesting for me because I used to live in Fallon, Nevada, you guys. Oh, okay. The Sunday school teacher. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. See, I'm trying to think. I remember hearing about that. I'm going to write it down, though, so that I can refresh myself. Because I'm taking notes, y'all, on anything you might want to talk about. Know what I mean? If you want to talk about something. Hello, Spring. Okay, that's okay, Denny. Oops, that one just ran on by. Let me put it right here for a second. I don't know how to. Geauga. Yesterday. Was convicted yesterday? Oh my goodness. That's okay, Alicia. It's really a spur of the moment thing. I wasn't really. Okay, Deneen. I wasn't really sure I was going to come on, but then I thought, what the heck? But no, Naomi Irion went missing from Fernley, Nevada, and the guy that took her and murdered her was from Fallon, Nevada, and I used to live in Fallon, Nevada. And I was really surprised. And Mr. Fiber was like, okay, now how long ago was that? Because I'm like, did you know there's like almost 25,000 people in that county? I cannot believe that. When back when we went through there, if you blink, you'd miss it. And he said, yeah, but how many years ago was that? Y'all, it was 50 years ago. 50. I was a little girl back then. Yes. Yep. So good that they have somebody to start working on justice for her, and also that they have a closure and they have some way to move forward now. It's a round table. We can talk about whatever we want to, and we can talk about upcoming stuff. Hi, Mrs. Kelly, how are you? A big announcement. What was it? Some of the cold cases got closed after new DNA tests. The guy was known as the I-65 killer. Ooh, how cool. I know, 50 years ago in Fallon. Thank you, Spring. Tony. I lived there. I grew up in there. Hi, Shad. Welcome in. Well, that's cool. The I-65. I have watched a few things about the I-65 killer. So there's some updates. I'm going to write that down too. What cases do you want to talk about, Shad? And also, Carly has been found. Mm-mm-mm. That's another dirt bag right there, just like they said it, and I like that word. Yep, that word works for a lot of these guys, doesn't it? Dirt bags. Hi, Connie. I am doing really good. I actually got out of the house today. I've not been feeling all that great, you guys. I really haven't. I've had what I call another hormone dump, and so it causes me a lot of grief in a lot of different ways. Hormones affect so many very very many things. Yes, Cassie Carly, thank you. I was trying to remember. I know. We really thought we were going to try to find her, huh? Really thought we were going to get ahead of that one. I don't know his name, but I've watched some stuff. I get some of the names mixed up, you guys. Okay, the little girl that went missing, her not oh, Wells. We're talking about that's Crystal, the mother's name is Crystal. I think that's the Wells case, isn't it? There's some new stuff coming out about that too. Thank you, Connie. I feel better today. I've cut back on sugar a little bit and it's helping. Oh, he definitely was. Marcus is the ex boyfriend for Cassie Carly. Well, it's good to see you, Racine. It's just kind of a spur of the moment. Yeah, Crystal is Summer Wells's mother. Oh, this is a different one? Okay. Interesting. Yeah. We're all different, aren't we? Oh my gosh, I've already forgotten. Oh, I see two names and I is it Christine? Knitting artisan? Is that right? Christine? I'm probably wrong. The I-65 was from Louisville to Chicago. Yeah. Well, part of my problem is that my colitis came back. So I'm having to change my diet again because, you know, I-94, 8094, Lake Michigan, the Indiana Dunes. Huh. Tony's going to go Google. Yeah. And y'all know I had it in remission, but I had some it was kind of a rough winter and emotionally for me, a lot of things that happened behind the scenes and that caused some of it. And also, I just kind of went off the rails with what I was eating. It sure does processed food. So I've got tonight in my cup, I've got Canada Dry tonic water. I do tonic water and then I do, hold on, I do the True Orange. I get them off Amazon, the crystals, and that's what I do in my water. And so I'm going to do that instead of the soda, which I've been drinking the Sprite. And then my coffee, because I still got my coffee, got to double fist it. Awesome. So my coffee, I'm using regular, non-flavored creamer and monk fruit. Haley Cummings, she says. Maybe Tony says maybe it's Haley Cummings. Could that be the little girl that we're thinking of? Well, that's neat, Lori. The FBI is running. I wonder. Yeah. Oh, it plays such havoc on your health. It sure does. Ooh, Alicia B., you are full of surprises. One victim abducted from a Days Inn, and she was an employee in Maryville, Indiana. Now, is that the I-65 killer? We got to try to keep these straight here, y'all. Maybe in your comments, you guys, if you could put the case you're talking about and then like a comma and then your comment, then we'll know which case that we're, because the way that people's comments move, they don't have to do that. I ain't telling you how to do it in the chat. You know, this is relaxed today, but it might help us all keep it straight. The Ogden Dunes. Oh my gosh. I know, me too. Hi, Gracie. Come on in. Okay, so it was Haley Cummings. No, I'm all right. I stay confused. That's another problem here lately is I have not been able to remember things. My brain has been just sort of. And I tell you guys, after last week, I thought, oh, what am I doing? What am I doing this for? Because all of the cases and stuff I was following, it got a little involved, and it was like, man, it hit me hard over the weekend. Okay, so I'm going to write Haley Cummings down. That was the little girl in California in the suitcase. Gosh. Maryville's included. That I-65 killer, Maryville's included. Okay. To the second Stitch and Crime podcast, and blown away that yes, you guys. Oh, and he's trying to get out. Yeah, there's no telling, honestly, what night that he was on my porch. I can't pinpoint that down. Um, I really can't pinpoint what day he was actually on my porch, but I can tell you this: it was him. I just don't know what day. Hello. Okay, can someone do me a favor and put Sandy's link in for me, please? Because I went to link you today, and for some reason I could not get your channel to come up, Sandy. And welcome. I hope you enjoyed watching me open. Thank you so much for my gifts. Johnny Carson used to say, if you ever want to get away with murder, go to Hocking Hills of Ohio. Oh, Johnny Depp defamation trial starts Monday. Oh my gosh. Yes, I watch true. I do watch Grizzly True Crime. Yes, I do. I do watch. That's Grizzla. And I watch Inked Mail. Has anybody heard of Inked Mail? I know. It's a wonder I didn't have a heart attack when that damn coffee pot fell off the. That's a good thing I was younger. Oh, hey, how are you, Nisi? I did get your package today. Good grief. It was wanting to go back, but it's a good thing I live in a small town. I told him, I said, I haven't had a vehicle, so I haven't been able to come up here. And I said, but I'm really sorry. I should have texted you and let you know. Because only in a small town would you have your postmistress's phone number where you can text. That's how small it is here. Thank you. Well, we could just talk about whatever. Okay, a question. Should Yolanda get another trial? Is she asking for one? She's on parole and trying to get. Oh, is she on? Okay, I'm really confused. Is she on parole? In the Haley Cummings, it was father's girlfriend. Well, they were saying it was the teacher or something. I was going to say I'm confused by that whether she's saying would if she should get parole is what I think she's saying. I don't think she's saying she's on parole. She accused him of abuse and he's suing for defamation. See? There she is. Thank you, Lori. Oh, thank you. Okay, on the Selena, we're talking about Selena the singer. She was killed by her aide, her name was Yolanda, and she was her aide. She was killed. I think she stabbed her in the motel room. I did make the cake, and I've got more coming. I'll switch them out after a few rows. Yeah, I've been wanting to check on that case. Amber Heard. I've been wanting to check in on that case. I have not watched any of that either. See, that's more recent too. Oh. Do you know, I have a video where my daughter Carrie and I went to Corpus Christi, and we went to see the Selena Museum, and her father walked right past us, and some of the family was there. It was very humbling to go to the Selena Museum because I had no idea what a huge body of work that Selena had just from that short time in her of her life. You know, she was not alive for very long, if you think about it. Okay, good. Because I was going to say I'll have to go over to another page and go and find it. So thank you, Lori. You're the best. Yeah, my daughter and I, we did. Sandra Cantu was the little girl curled. Okay, Sandra Cantu was the little girl. Thank you, Alice. Hey, Kimberly. Lots of love back to you in Bakersfield. Y'all, I was born in Bakersfield. I was born in the field. Aw, thank you. I know, isn't it something she did not know Spanish? She learned it so that she could sing Spanish properly whenever they went because they went to Mexico too. I don't know what that one is in reference to because I missed something, I think. Oh, Giddy. Oh, so her time has gotten to. Hi, Lisa. Hmm. Well, so she's up for parole. Well, somehow I don't think she's going to get it. Okay, that's okay. Surf on. Hey, Cheryl. Are you just getting home from work? The Tylenol tampering murders. Yeah, you know what? I remember seemed like there was a made for TV movie about those. Or or it might have been, was it Forensic Files? Might have been covered on Forensic Files. Yeah, organizing yarn is fun. Heels in the air. What is that? What's heels in the air about, Shad? I got a necklace on. Got all my babies today. Yeah, like are we talking about like baby Tylenol? I didn't even think of that. Oh, ooh, I bet you did, Lori, because you guys do all that stuff before the end of the year, huh? Oh, he's saying crime with some humor. And what's it called? Heels in the Air on YouTube. Okay. He says it's crime with some humor. About Naomi's case? Okay. Yeah, we're talking about that kind of thing too. So, a spot for podcasts here. So, I already watched Grizzly True Crime and Duty Raw and Crime Time. Oh, I got my cup, you guys. Guess what? And I've got his sticker. Can y'all see? This says Crime Time with Duty Raw sticker right here. I got my cup. I had to order some merch. Heels in the Air. Write that down. And you guys, there are some very chilling cases, and I will write this in the chat. Alicia B, I want to know too, since I'm on, if you want to see the hat. If you want to see it, I can show it to you. But if you want to wait and be surprised, we can do that too. Um, this is one that I listen to religiously. You do want to see it? Okay, hold on. Let me grab it. Are you ready? Now, you can't see it, but this white is sparkle. Oh, I don't know. What day is Good Friday? You do like it. Oh, good. Let me hold it down here. Maybe you can see the sparkle in it. Maybe just a little bit. Oh, good. And I have a solution for the top, and I'm just not going to tell you about that. But here's the top. So there it is. Hi, Susan. April 15th is Good Friday. Okay, so yeah, that would be my next stitch in crime. Oh, you gonna have a birthday party? I'm glad you like it, Alicia B. I'm glad you like it. Hi, Tiffany. And who else came in? Somebody else came in too. Susan Burke. It is, I guess you call it intarsia, where I carried the yarn. So you all see my floats? I still need to weave in these ends, but here's my floats. They're pretty darn good. Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Cheryl. You came in? Yes. Yes, thank you for the thumbs, guys. Now you want it to be cold so you can wear your hat. Well, maybe, if I can get it in the mail soon, maybe there'll be a Easter cold snap. You can still wear your hat. But it doesn't have to be real cold. Yes, I had to really work on that so I didn't get the buckling because uh, it's easier with I found with the worsted weight than it is with the fingering. The fingering's tricky not to get the buckling. It's also tricky to do some things because it can show through. Especially I was worried about the white, but it really did good and it didn't show through too much at all. You've been wearing your hat. It was so cute. I love that picture of you in that hat. Okay, now I'm at the end, and as you can see, I just knitted right off the end, and I'm telling this to I've had some people ask me why I would use a circular needle when I'm not going in a circle. And the main reason is because it holds a lot of stitches. So you want to hold a lot of stitches, you need this cord and a circular needle. But you turn it and you begin again. But you're not knitting it together, you're knitting in a circle. I wanted to explain that because I've had some people ask me that recently. So, hey, Diamond Girl. Oh, you didn't make it difficult. That is my pattern. So you can find my pattern. There's another part that goes along with this. There's a little puppy dog that can go here at the top, but almost everybody has been wanting it without the little doggies at the top. They like just the paw print because it goes for cats, dogs, whatever. So that's fine. I still have to work on my update to my pattern, but turn on my fan. Okay, I may have to. I didn't know whether he would be on. I had to just kind of take a chance. Um, I may have to go back over there and watch when I get through here. I think him and I are probably going to conflict a little bit on some nights. This is my Stitch and Crime blanket. And while I'm doing this, you guys, is there anything anybody wants me to show them? Oh, your tension was really loose and the weight. Yes, it is much easier. It holds the weight, a lot more weight. It kind of sags down in the center and you can set it down. Yes. Well, I haven't said yet. I'm really kind of thinking that I'm going to continue on with the one that I just covered, which would be Laura Miller, and just kind of expand outward and talk some more about the Texas stuff. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to spend a little bit of time on it. You guys, I really like to do the Scott Peterson case. That's the one I'd like to do. And then I'm rewatching Making a Murderer, which is Stephen Avery. What are your thoughts on Stephen Avery, you guys? The Making of a Murderer on Netflix. Okay. Has anybody seen Making a Murderer on Netflix? He is back in the news. Steve Scott Peterson is back in the news. He's got another hearing coming up. He's trying to get another trial. He thinks that he got a bad shake on that trial, which I'm just not seeing it. But it is kind of weird. Some of the stuff that they talked about is kind of weird. And the Mike and Michael Peterson is the other one. Yes. Yep. So everybody says Scott Peterson is definitely guilty. Do I think it's really hard. Oh, really? Modesto was where that was in California. And I think Michael Peterson is definitely guilty. Hmm. And I really think that Scott Peterson is guilty too. Um, Stephen Avery case is really, really hard. Honestly, I don't think that Stephen did it. I'm going to tell y'all what I think, and y'all are going to think that I'm crazy. But we all have our opinions, right? OJ was definitely guilty. That guy had one nasty temper, just sort of brewing underneath. I know it. But, interesting because the OJ case was going on when some of these other cases were going on. It was like I was like the whole woo, court TV just blew up about that time. You know what I'm saying? Hello, Joanne. So I think y'all are going to be like, what? But maybe somebody out there agrees with me. But I think Scott Taddock is is guilty, and I think that it was an accident. He went hunting, and I think that he shot her on accident. And I think that Brandon, Brendan's brother, Brandon Casey Dassey, that he went flying after to with his bow to go help his dad. And I think the two of them pinned it on Stephen Avery. That's how I feel it went. Hi, Sharon. Okay. Thank you for being here. So glad to see you. I know the behavior panel did Stephen Avery and It was an odd one. If you watch that one, it was an odd one. They really, to be honest, they didn't help me a lot in my decision on that one. The Haddock case. What's the Haddock case? A Drew Peterson? Hi, Roseanne. Happy to see you too. Oh, I know. There was a lot of problems in the Michael Peterson case too, and they tried to get him off on that because he claimed a lot of mistakes with handling of the evidence. The cop where they think he killed two of his wives, Drew Peterson. Ooh, okay. I'm going to write that down and look it up. I know Peters. Don't date a Peterson. Number one, there's the jokes, right? Hi, Mel. If the gloves don't fit, you must have quit. Oh my gosh, that guy. Now there's a series on that too. On the OJ case, there's a series on that, and then what's her name got a show. Now I haven't watched any of hers. You guys have told me about hers, but I haven't watched any of what's her name? Marsha Clark. Haven't watched any of that stuff. As a matter of fact, hi Laura. It sure did. Did it look like a bad info? Well, he's good at those. Was it him running through airports? Right? Wasn't that OJ? Yeah, Marsha Clark. It's easy, Mel. You can do it. Well, you guys see that I missed one there? Put that right there. Bring that one over it, and that puts it all together. Running through the airport for Hertz Rent a Car. Okay, gosh. So, see, football player, actor. So, you know, I wasn't believing none of that. Oh, yeah, you got some arthritis, dude, but you're still fit. This is the Stitch and Crime blanket. It is just a scrap knitted blanket. Just knit across and knit back. You guys like, okay, so she on uh, a TV show, Marsha Clark? She have her own show because I know that comedian whose wife killed him and killed herself. Comedian. Oh no, I bet that was funny. But okay, the best Will Smith, if you ask me. You know what I'm going to say, don't you, Denny? The best Will Smith iRobot, beginning scene in the shower. Oh, interesting. Phil Hartman. Wow. So she killed him and then killed herself? I guess I never followed him. Was he on Saturday Night Live or the last 48? Huh. Okay. Because somebody mentioned her before. I'll have to look for that. Because there was a podcast on you know wherever I get those podcasts, the audio ones, news radio. Okay, I don't know if I ever saw that. Yeah, we don't have TV out here, so syndicated stuff we may not have seen it. It has to be put onto one of the streaming platforms for us to see some of the syndicated stuff. So yeah, that may be why. Oh, Wendy Joe, you're so sweet. You just take the needle and you put it right in there on the left side right there. You put it through to the back. You take the yarn, bring it around the back and through the middle of these two here, right in there, right in between. And then this right needle, you bring it down and you scoop that up and take that off. And now your new stitch is over here. The first 48 or the last 40? Is it the first or the last? Oh, Denny. 1998. Wow. Alicia B., if you have to go, I understand. How long have I been on? I haven't quite been on for an hour yet. Yeah, I watch the 48s. I watch them on, some of them I watch on Pluto, and some of them I watch on Hulu, I think. Okay. Mother made you sit down and knit. Now, purling, I have not shown how to purl on one of my lives. But with purling, instead of the yarn being in the back, you bring the yarn around to the front. So through the needles, through the middle of the needles to the front. And instead of going to the left side of the stitch, you come from the right side of the stitch. And instead of going to the back, you come to the front. And you still wrap the yarn around, but it comes around this front needle and through the middle. And then you push that needle down and you catch that stitch back here. So back instead of forward. It's just the opposite of knitting. Okay, Leisha, I may see you over there in a little bit. I'm glad you like your hat. Wait till you see what I'm going to do. Oh, hi, Chels. How are the boys? You getting the boys ready for for bed. $65 stitches on a US. I don't think that's enough. 65 stitches on a US 6. That doesn't sound like enough stitches because I do 84 stitches, but it's still too loose. And a US 6 would bring it down. No, I didn't. So how do you know your tension is right? So tension basically is gauge. If you are knitting to gauge is when your tension is right. So the gauge on, I'm going to have to get a yarn with a label, you guys. Hold on. Oh, turn this fan off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on. Okay, Chels. I am a tight knitter too. So that's why when you're saying that, I know that's what I'm trying to figure out for you, Deneen. I'm trying to figure that out for you. But let me give you a brief answer to this question first. Okay, so if you look at the ball band, this is a number 4 weight. And it tells you if you're knitting, you should be using a US 8 or 5 millimeter. If you're crocheting, you should be using a 9, an I9, or a 5.5 millimeter. Now, most of the people in the world use a 5 millimeter when they do a 4 weight yarn. Just saying. That would be an H hook. This particular one says you use an I, which means that's the gauge that they're saying, okay, for their yarn. And supposedly they've tested this. Now, on a 4x4 inch, which is what a gauge should be, you should, if you're doing a proper gauge, you should be doing a 4-inch by 4-inch swatch. And you should get 18 stitches by 24 rows. So that would be 18 stitches going across and 24 rows up would make 4x4. And that would be gauge. Y'all following me? On crochet, it's 12 stitches and 15 rows. And that would get you a 4x4. Okay? That's gauge. Your tension plays a part in that because if you knit tightly or you knit loosely, makes a difference on how your gauge is. Now you've already done, which is why I'm surprised, Deneen, because if you've already gone down a needle size, so if you're using a number 4 weight yarn and you're knitting loosely, you're getting it gets stretched out from there, then you always go down a size, and you've already done that. You're down to a 6 millimeter. And you've already gone down on how many stitches, because I would do 84, and you're saying you're down to 64, I think. So now I don't know why, because that seems really super loose. Are you sure that's a 6 and not a 9? I'm just asking. Right. Lisa just eyeballs it, which I do most of the time. I don't gauge a whole lot. Okay. I'm just wondering, Nanine, double check that one. Make sure it's not a 9. But so you're doing what I would have done was go down in a needle. Now you could go down to a 4 and see what happens, but I'm afraid that the hat. And what you are you doing this on a 16-inch circular? That's the next question. Okay, so yeah, the 6 is a 4 millimeter. Yes. So a 16-inch circular. Hmm. I'm wondering if somehow if it's getting stretched, but I don't know. Now, now you could cast on with a smaller needle, and a lot of people make the brim in a smaller needle size and then go up to the regular size of the needle for the remainder of the hat. Thank you, Kimberly. You might do that, Deneen. Do a swatch and see if it changes when you do a flat piece as opposed to a circle piece. You see what I'm saying? That maybe somehow things are getting so stretched out when you do that. Also, you may have to cast on with double pointed needles to make your cast on correct. Maybe doing it that way. That's another suggestion. There's more than one way to do this. So yeah, you are relaxed when you knit. That's wonderful. Because it looks like you knit rather quickly because your blanket's moving along really fast. Yeah, see that's what I don't get, Wendy Joe. It's like, wow. So my hat is 84 for a worsted weight. Yeah, continental. You're doing continental. That's why you're faster too. Yep. Which continental is over here? Continental is you go into the stitch and you grab that and you come off. Go into the stitch, grab that yarn. It's hard. There's two yarns here. Come off. That's one way of doing it. I don't. That's the way when I do practice it. That's how I do it. Now the knit shawl that I did, the triangular knit shawl, is done in a number 4. Yeah, I know. You don't want it to be too loose or too tight. Now tension is different. I do weird things. Because that's just me. I'm just weird. But I don't wrap my yarn. I was for a little while doing that and tensioning, but it got too tight. But you could try that. You could try. I don't know how you hold it when you do your continental, but you could try a different wrapping system on your hand to change your tension and make it a little bit tighter. But what I do is I just hold it with the needle right here because I'm a thrower. And I throw it and I get that off. Well, see, that's a little bit. I just pull it and I do it almost every stitch. It's just an automatic thing for me. I do the stitch, and when I go to do the next one, I'm pulling as I'm pulling it, as I'm putting it around there, as I'm throwing it. Yeah, which is good. Hi, Verda. You missed my demonstration a minute ago. You'll have to go back. The Robert Blake case. Yeah, the Robert Blake as oh man, you guys remember Beretta? Wasn't that Beretta? Robert Blake with the parrot on his shoulder. What was the parrot's name? Oh, isn't that who that was? You could do that. You could do that. You could knit it first to get your gauge and then start your patterning. Absolutely, you could. Yeah, Beretta was Robert Blake. I know, but what was the Fred? The cockatoo? Was his name Fred? Somehow I thought it was a different name than that. Yeah, that might work. And actually, you could even do a couple rows. It wouldn't hurt a thing to do a couple rows before you start that. I know, gosh, my mom and dad. That's shows that my mom and dad and I used to. Well, remember when William Shatner's wife died? Do you guys remember that? That's another famous person. And they cleared him of that. He almost got in trouble for killing his wife, and then they determined that she um, they don't I don't know if they ever knew who did it. That's a great idea, you guys. Look, we're solving crime and knitting problems. Look at us. Yeah, that bird was amazing. I know, Karen Carpenter. Well, she killed herself. Sad, sad, sad. Yeah, I've always been fascinated with the Natalie Wood murder. I've always been fascinated. I have always thought that he was guilty of something. I always thought he knew something. My favorite cast on is Longtail Cast On. Yeah, that one is hard. The two needle cast on is not easy. It's very confusing to me. Oh, good, Deneen. Were you not feeling well? I hope you feel better. What was his name? What was her husband's name, Natalie Wood? Because it was different. Oh, can't think of what it was. You guys, we're getting closer to yarn for my shop update. We're getting closer to a shop update. We are. Robert Wagner, yeah. There is. Using a crochet needle, yes, there is. Twisted German. Oh, gosh, I forget how to do it. Okay, well, Deneen does not need more stretch. I'm going to have to go through and show the cast-ons one of these days, aren't I? The long tail cast-on. Oh, I have spare yarn here for this. Hold on. Now I got to turn my... I do. I've always believed Robert Wagner. I've always believed he knew something. Even if he didn't do it, I always felt like he knew something. Whoop. Got yarn, Marv. Okay, long tail cast on is my favorite. Start with the tail, and then I wrap it around the needle. So, say I'm doing 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You take that off now. Right there, pinch it right there, and then double it. And pinch it right there in the new spot. And make my loop. Did y'all get that? Oh, Canada doesn't need a negative test to come here. Okay. So this is long tail cast on. So now I have a long tail and I have the working yarn. Now I usually have the tail close to me and the working yarn away from me. That works best for me for some reason. Gracie likes the knitted cast on. I like it too. It takes longer and I'm used to doing this. But you know, different patterns give you a different cast on depending on what the edge is supposed to look like, I think. So with the long tail cast on, let's see if you can see this. I put my finger between these two right here. And I'm holding it, both of them down here with these two fingers down here. And then my thumb goes in to split them apart. And then I kind of tip my hand up like that, rock it up like that, take the tip of the needle and come on this side of that yarn and grab it. Then take the tip of the needle and go on that side of that yarn and grab it. Now I'm going to go right through this loop that's on here on my thumb. I'm going to scoop it up and turn my thumb downward. See, now I can see that one. And now I have that second stitch there. Now I'm going to go let go with my thumb and bring that loop down. Yeah, the decorative look on the edge of something, top side down socks, stretch your cast on. Yep. So here, over here, bring it up through that, around under that thumb. Let go with the thumb. Use my thumb. I use my thumb to bring it, to tighten it up. Now, when you're casting on, Deneen, you may need to make sure your cast on is a little bit tighter. That's why I say maybe you should use a smaller needle for your cast on. Oh, that blanket is so pretty. How far along are you, Lori? So, just like that. Here, over here, and it comes right up the center. What was the other one? Now you can crochet. Did anybody say whether they thought Stephen Avery was guilty or not? I didn't hear y'all say anything. I didn't see y'all say whether you thought he was guilty. Ooh, Amityville. Made for a scary movie. Fourth section of 13. Wow. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. Hey, there's Rose. How are you tonight, hon? Good to see you. What are you working on? So I'm going to loosely crochet a chain and show you how to pick up the stitches that way instead of, because the long tail cast on can be really hard for people. Is there a lot of crime over there where you are, Rose? Now, with the crochet on, you turn this over and we're going to grab those bumps. Okay, Cheryl. Love ya. Have a good night. So all the bumps in between are what we're going to pick up. So here's the first one. Then we're going to turn slightly and get up under the bump for the next one. Turn slightly, and I kind of mash that towards me a little bit. Okay, Wendy Jo, good night. Sometimes it's hard to see. There's another one right there. I'm not sure I did my chain loose enough, but that's the idea of picking them up from a crochet piece, from a chain. Now the knitted on that Gracie was talking about is, of course, we have a tail and we have our loop. And what we're going to do, oh gosh, I'm not really sure how many there are. There's a lot. But we're going to go in as if to knit. Now there's different ways of doing this and different ways of making your twists. Bring the yarn over and you're going to knit, okay? And then you're going to take that one, you're going to come over and put it onto the left needle. Now we're going to do it again. Now some people twist it. So you can take it and you can pick it up and you can twist it and then go in and scoop in and get it. And that does leave a different edge right here. Yeah, Gracie said, I was thinking you said that you twist it. And it does lay nicely when you twist it. Twist, come back over on this side and pick it up. Is that the way you twist yours? See, like I said, there's different ways of twisting it too. But that's the knitted cast on. A king size granny stripe blanket. Okay. How many stitches for a king size? 1 second. A king size blanket is 110 by 110 inches. But I'm not sure how many stitches that is. I guess it depends on the yarn. Hi, Sandy. I did get your package, just so you know. Trying to remember I haven't done this crochet on, cast on. I want to say that you go into the stitch, and you crochet it and put it on there. Am I anywhere near right? Because I don't remember. Yeah, right, Deneen? Deneen's going to do a king size by doing a twin size. Oh, that's funny. I'm not laughing at you, Deneen. I'm laughing with you. You said it. Can you look up? I need to look up, 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 up. At this one? I'm not really sure. Or is there another one? Was that right, Verna? The knit on cast on was tight. Ah, well, you could also do it. I'm probably not doing this one right because I've not practiced it, y'all. I've not practiced it. Yeah, I'm not really sure how many there are. Let me see. Let me see if they talk about it in here. There's the simple cast on. That's the one where the simple cast on is the one where you just turn it and put it on. That's pretty loose. And that one is really hard to work with when you're doing in the circular in the round. Here's the knitted cast on. Provincial is the one I was talking about, where you're picking up the stitches off of a crocheted chain. The long tail. So that's the old ones I've talked about. That's all they talk about too. I'll have to work on that. This is a nice book. I got this from Miguel. It's by Davis, KP Press. I don't know. Written by Davis. I think it's Ann Davis, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see if it says. It's Krause Publications. Jane Davis. I'm losing everybody. Y'all that left me. I'm just going to be on just a few more minutes anyway. I think we're pretty well. It was fun, though, to get together, you guys. I really appreciate everyone coming in. Yeah, that's the long tail. 6, okay. But this has got so many wonderful different things in it. This is a great book. It's almost like going to school. It's got charts. Do they call this intarsia? Yeah, intarsia. So intarsia, the hat is intarsia. Intarsia. I just call it color work, but there's how to do some socks, shawls, scarves, cool stuff. But that only listed 4 of them in that book. Oh, did you get some subscriptions? I'm so glad. I hope it helps. The knitting collection, it has a ton in there. I should read and see how many there are, maybe, huh? So I got some great ideas. The I-65 killer, we can talk about some of those updates. I'll look and see what I can find out. I'll see if I can't find out about this. Sandra can too. It's happened in California. Haley Cummings, Amber Heard, Drew Peterson. I'm going to have to look that one up. I will give a little bit of a listen to the Heels in the Air and see if I like them. But who knows? So I am going to do more of these, you guys, in between the others, where we can just get together and talk about whatever. Whatever. Picking up. Oh, good. I'm glad you got a few. Hi, Joyce. Yep, I call that color work. Here's the hat I'm talking about. This is for Alicia B. I call it color work. But in that book, it says intarsia. Really? I've not looked at J.C. Penney in a long, long time. Yes, we love hanging out. Is that a case? Aw, thank you. I'm glad to spend some time with you. Hi, Tammy. Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. It's delayed. Bunny hat. You're doing your floats a little too tight, Sandy. Oh, it's double knitting. Oh, okay. I've actually not done double knitting. Hi, Miguel. Thank you. Okay, cool. Thank you. And you know what? I got smart for a minute. And I went to my messenger from here and downloaded the document you sent me on the Delphi case. That's another one we didn't even talk about, you guys. The Delphi case. Holy moly. All that stuff that was going on. We could talk about that next week and do an update. If you guys want to, we could do that. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll write that down too. Stephanie. Why do I think that case might have been a movie? I want to say Jennifer Lopez played her. Could I be right on that? Hi, Lulu. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Okay, when you are doing a knit gauge swatch, do you knit a row and purl a row? Yes. However, this is a big however, Lori. If you are doing a gauge swatch for a hat, and I should have said this earlier, so I hope Deneen is still listening, you're going to have to carry yarn across the back side. So you're going to do it in the round. You're going to carry yarn and kind of stretch it out and then go. And here's why. You're not going to be purling in the round. You're only going to be knitting. So you want to go ahead and only knit. If you do the purl, it will change the gauge. That's the premise. I've not actually tried doing a gauge swatch for a hat that way. I usually just do the gauge swatch flat. But that's the premise, and that's what they say. That you have to, like, when you stop that stitch at the end of the 4 inches, then you um, carry yarn across, and then you knit again. So you don't actually purl it for the swatch. Does that make sense? Oh, I was going to tell y'all that. Oh, sorry to hear that, Sandy. I ordered from Lion Brand. I ordered the navy yarn, the Pound of Love. They were on sale, and I think they were like, weren't they what, $4.99? Something like that. I know it does sound complicated. I'll have to try to make a video on that, but I'm going to have to practice it first, Deneen. Okay. Yes, and you can find lots of videos out there. You know, uh, Pink Knits has the best videos. I just don't talk about her because I don't like her. Sorry, I don't like her. I have my favorites too, even in knitting. But she's got great tutorials. Just saying. But I had ordered white yarn and I had ordered navy yarn to put the Duty Ron blanket together. Well, Michael sends me an update saying $4.99. Yes, just saying, Deneen. So Michael sends me a deal and said they don't have the navy, so they were going to credit my account. Hi, Sally. I don't like her politics. Okay, but I learned a lot from her when I first saw her. Anyway, the first thing I did was I ordered from Joann's. Well, I thought I did. So I had all this stuff. I was talking to Cheryl after a couple of times ago on a live, and I'm like, she was holding up stuff out of her stash, and she was doing this, she was doing that. She's like, I'm like, okay, so I picked on all these colors I decided on, had it all in my cart at Joann's, and I never checked out. And I kept thinking, why have I not got my order from Joann's? It's taking them forever to send me a tracking. Why did I not? I never checked out. So then I ordered from Michael's, and now I can't get the navy yarn. So now I've got my navy yarn coming from Lion Brand. Oh, goodness. Well, she is very good. I will say she is very good. You will learn a lot from her. Knitting artisan. She lives in Austin, Texas. So anyway, aw, thank you, Lori. Thank you. Aw, thank you. Yeah, I don't do politics, and I don't like politics. 4.89. Okay, that may be what it is. I have not actually checked the deal. I know. I learned a lot from her in the beginning. Y'all, I don't talk politics or anything, but as you know, I don't do Ravelry. And that is where a lot of me and some other channels and things split ways. And I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to go into any kind of detail. Okay, you guys. Thank you guys again for being here. I'll let you guys go do other things. I'm going to go see what Duty Ron had to say, and I'll be back. I got more stuff coming too. Good night. Love y'all. I'm gonna get my hands out of here first, and y'all have fun today. Okay. Try to stay positive no matter what. my pain warriors and my depression warriors and all of you. Just one day at a time, y'all. One day at a time. Thanks for coming, Sharon. I'm on my way out. See y'all. Love ya.